I got back from deployment expecting silence, discipline, order. Instead, I found my daughter in the living room, wearing a dog collar. Her eyes were glassy. Her voice cracked when she whispered, "Daddy, Mom's boyfriend said this is what your blood belongs to. He made me bark for food." The words didn't hit me like thunder. They sank like a blade, slow and deliberate. I unclasped the collar. My hands were steady, though inside my chest something ripped loose. I carried her to her grandmother's, tucked her into a bed that smelled of lavender and safety. I kissed her forehead and promised her nothing would touch her again. Then I made one call. That night, he was dragged out of his truck by an unknown man. 2 shots, clean, final. And then the phone rang. My wife's voice, shrill, breaking through static. "What did you do?" I let her scream. I didn't answer right away. The silence drove her wild. She begged, cursed, wept, all in the same breath. I listened. I memorized every word. Each one confirmed what I already knew. She wasn't shocked by what he did. She was terrified by what I might do next. When the storm of her voice finally died, I spoke once. "You knew." The line went quiet. That silence told me more than any confession. She had known. She had let it happen. The betrayal wasn't just infidelity, it was complicity. She hadn't simply chosen another man, she had chosen him over her daughter. That night I sat in the dark, staring at the collar in my hand. The metal ring caught the dim light, mocking me with its simplicity. My marriage was already dead, I just hadn't buried it yet. I became methodical. Phone records, bank statements, her emails. The boyfriend's debts lined up with her transfers. She had been feeding him money, my money. Receipts showed motels, always 2 towns over, always cash. Their pattern was clumsy, but arrogance makes people sloppy. I traced her lies like a map. Yoga nights that never existed. Grocery trips with no groceries. Weekend visits to her sister that coincided with hotel check-ins. I played my role perfectly. Calm husband, concerned father, distant but composed. She thought my silence meant ignorance. It didn't. It meant I was cataloging everything. Each discovery was fuel, but I didn't burn. Not yet. Fire is messy. Fire leaves ashes. I wanted precision. The final proof came in a folder I placed neatly on our kitchen table. Inside, photos, records, transcripts. A full dossier of her double life. When she walked in, she froze at the sight of it. "What is this?" Her voice shook. Her hands hovered above the folder but didn't touch. I leaned back in my chair, expression blank. "Your life," I said. She opened it. She saw herself staring back in motel cameras, her signature on transfer slips, her messages to him about how my daughter needed to learn obedience. Her breath caught. She tried to speak, but only fragments came out. Pleas, excuses, apologies. I didn't move, didn't flinch. The power wasn't in shouting, it was in silence. Her tears pooled on the pages. She was watching her life collapse in real time. Every lie stripped, every mask gone. I stood, picked up the collar from the counter, placed it in front of her, right on top of the folder. "This," I said, "is what you let him put on our daughter." Her sobs cracked the air. She reached for me, but I stepped back. Then I told her what she feared most. The police already have copies. Her eyes widened. Horror, not just at exposure, but at the permanence of it. Her name tied forever to his crime. She collapsed into the chair, clutching the collar like it was burning her. I left her there, broken, surrounded by the evidence of her betrayal. I drove back to my mother's house. My daughter was asleep, breathing softly, her hand curled around a stuffed bear. I sat in the doorway for a long time, watching, listening. The storm inside me had finally gone quiet. I realized then, revenge wasn't the gunshots in the night. It wasn't the folder on the table. It wasn't even the ruin I left my wife drowning in. Revenge was this moment, her safe, her free, and her mother knowing she would never be allowed near her again. I closed the door gently, the sound final. The man she betrayed was gone. What remained was something colder, something she would never understand.